Day 41, part 2, end of the day. It was a big day. Actually got a lot of it done, which I'm really happy about. So, my name is Josh McKay. I'm building a solar business here in Australia that is going to do $1 million per year in profit, starting with an investment of $15,000. Day 41 of the build. This is the sales game with Josh McKay, helping solar business owners sell more, make more, and work less. I had a lot of things I wanted to get done today. I had an interview with 2 people, actually. One of them I've invited for a face-to-face interview. The other one answered the questions well enough to where I wanted to have a chat with her. But upon chatting and just presenting the options and talking a little bit about how she is in new social situations and if she's a shy person or not, and we were able to have a conversation because I said I really want to make sure that it's a good fit, because if it's not, it's just a huge waste of time for everyone. I was on the fence, and then after the phone call, towards the end of the phone call, I said, look, what I'm looking from you is, fuck yeah, I can do it, basically. I can handle the challenge, it's gonna be okay. Hang on, background noises. And I didn't really get that at all with her. I was like, oh look, have a think about it over the weekend and let me know on Monday what you think. But then after I finished the phone call, I was like, oh, there's too much doubt here. And I actually said to her as well, I said, any doubt that I might have created is going to be multiplied by 10 out on the doors. It's, especially if you've had a couple of days where you haven't got any appointments and now you're really like, there's all these situations and it's just putting a lot of pressure on. You need to pull yourself out of that. Not once did she like come back and say so. I'm glad that I made that decision, because I definitely made the right decision. I'm just trying to trust my gut straight away, instead of using my optimism, because I'm quite optimistic and have a lot of trust and faith in people that I think I can make it work. But I've done this enough times to know, and sometimes you just know, just whatever the gut feeling, that intuition, that instinct about someone is, you just know. I went with that. Just wanted to share that lesson. So today I thought I had 2 leads. There was just one new commercial lead. It was a shit lead. It was a person running their business out of home, so it was basically just a home lead, and they already had solar, so they wanted to add a battery and they don't have very big bills. So anyway, I booked in the install. That was good. So we've got 2 installs booked in 2 weeks' time, our first 2. I went to do the stock order for those installs, tried to complete it, but it's just a bit more complicated. We wanted to make sure we get all the right components. I called the stock supplier. They're going to walk us through the order on Monday. So we'll get some training. Jerry and I will get training on that. Jerry's my operations person. It's a bit of an all-rounder, but that's what he's brought on for predominantly, and he's just bringing this skill set in digital side of things. The telephony set up. We're still waiting on Aircall to initiate the regulatory bundle so we can buy a mobile number for here. Australia has really strict rules about everything. But SMS Magic was able to get our account set up, and they're going to start initiating the automation. So that's set up, and the extension was set up on Zoho. So we just need to type out the automations that we want, and I'll finish that tomorrow. So we did the back end, Jerry and I did the back end automations. We're only just going to have 3 texts. 1 text when we complete approvals, just to let them know approvals are done. We'll reach out soon within install. And 1 text the day before install to remind them that the install's tomorrow. And 1 text after we do a post-installation checkup a couple of days later, just to see if we're happy with it. We're going to ask them for a review over the phone. We're going to send them an email with the review link, and we're also going to send an SMS to ask them for a review link. That's going to happen automated. The other things that I wanted to do, I wanted to talk to our installer about grid protection for large commercial deals. There's an additional component when you install an inverter over 30 kilowatts. We need an additional component. He wasn't able to get back to me on that one, and I didn't get the inquiry out to him probably early enough in the day, so I'm going to chat to him about that. But I have posed the question, so I've initiated the conversation. I updated the email template for the unsuccessful applicants, and I just included some reasons why, some things that we're looking for in a candidate, and I wrote my template out about, hey, I just wanted to share with you in case it might be helpful. These are what I was thinking about when I was looking for. Not to say that you didn't have those qualities, they just didn't jump off the screen. I typed my template out, ran it through ChatGPT. I like to run things through ChatGPT to get an idea of what the tone is. without any prompts. I just say, how does this sound and would you make any changes? And because it can tell what I'm aiming for with my tone. And I just made some slight alterations to it just to word it really a lot better presented. So that's my new template. Hoping, because someone's taken a lot of time, I mean, it probably takes 10 to 15 minutes to reply to the email response questions that I asked about. I'd like to at least give them the transparency of sort of the reasons why we didn't hire them, and then they can use that to maybe help them in the future. Either that or they'll think I'm an arsehole, but I've worded it in a way that I don't think that's the case. If they think I'm an arsehole, then they're probably not the right person because they can't take on the criticism anyway. The constructive criticism, the kind candor, as Gary Vaynerchuk would say. I'm looking into electric scooters. I'm going to go to an electric scooter store if they're available, open. Probably not going to be open over the weekend, but I do need to go and check out an electric scooter store. I might check them out tomorrow. There's a few regulations around scooters, like you're not allowed to ride them on roads that have a speed limit over 50 k's or painted lines. So it's only backstreet sort of residential roads, and capped to 25 k's on the road and 10 k's on the footpath. And you got to wear a helmet. So I was just going through this. All right, is it still going to be worth all these liabilities of the business? Yes, I think it will be, because it's going to be a lot of fun. So if I have to change the insurance slightly or whatever, I'm probably going to finance the scooters. I'm going to get scooters for around $1,500, but I'm just going to finance them and look at them as an ongoing cost for that side of things. They're under warranty, so it's like your vehicle costs for your door-to-door appointment setters. And there's also going to be a good reason to maintain a door-to-door team, is that we've got scooters here, and if you jump out on the scooters. I want dual suspension scooters and scooters that are able to handle off-road sort of conditions, so they'll have a certain tyre, just because a lot of people's driveways are gravel out in the country. I booked in an appointment for Sunday to go to Apple. I'm updating the phone and the computer because they're both performing really slow. It's another thing I spent all my time. I've been holding back on doing it for a long time. Now that the sales and stuff are coming through, my computer constantly, even right before it sounds like it's a bloody aeroplane taking off. It just makes a lot of noise. My iPhone is glitching out, bugging. I'm just asking a lot of it because I'm doing quite a lot of multitasking and watching videos and in a bit of design content, and it's just pushing the limits of a 4-year-old phone and a 6-year-old computer, which was not very high spec. So I am going to Apple, and I'm going to get whatever the best fucking iPhone is, and whatever, probably the Mac Studio. Shane, my old business partner, has the Mac Studio. I don't need the double Mac Studio. He reckons it's enough. The Zapier link to the Jayco CRM, that's our commercial lead supply. I haven't done that. That's going to be something I want to do tomorrow. The business emails automations, we haven't had time to do that, so that's something we're going to do. So when I go to a new commercial lead, I also knock the doors in the area, and I just want to set up some email threads. Although Jerry has actually created the templates, so Jayco Media has some templates that they've been using, and we're just going to recreate the same tonality. We might use the same templates for our own internal lead generation. I initiated a conversation with Ruben, our developer, who worked with us in the past, and I just explained to him that I want to work with him. I don't want to do the back and forth with his team because we had communication issues in the past. So I'm working directly with a developer that speaks extremely well, good English, and he knows what I want. He's usually the consultant that works with the businesses. So for me, I'm just going to work with him. I'm not going to work with his team because it's just the English barrier is a little bit too challenging. We are going to get a deal going where 50-50 of all of the partner comms. So being a Zoho partner, I get a percentage of all of the new signups that I do for a period of 4 years. It's 25%. I'm going to give 50% of those comms to him, and we're going to set up, we need to arrange a phone call to talk about all of the development things that I want done. So linking in Xero, linking in OpenSolver, linking in stock supplies, automating things. There's some automations we're doing in Zoho, but they have some scenarios where if we change the install date, it won't update the trigger for an event to happen. So we just need some dynamic things, custom things done there. And yeah, so I've got a lot done out of the list. Basically didn't get to do the business emails automation, Zapier, and just a few things that I've started but not been able to progress with. Tomorrow, My plan is to pretty much just work on the CRM development for the leads all day, and hopefully I can get most of that done. And I probably will take a lunch break and go and check out the scooter store that's just around the corner from me and just have a chat to them. I want the cheapest scooter that's going to do dual suspension and to get enough range, because I don't want it to be too expensive, because expensive scooters, they're usually quite, like, they have bigger batteries and they're bulky and stuff. I want it to be easy to get in and out of the car as well, and I think I'll probably stick with one that's limited to 25 k's an hour because liability reasons. I just don't want people hurting themselves too badly. If they do hurt themselves, at least if they're going 25 k's instead of 65 k's, that's a lot better. So yeah, just a standard scooter will do. It's easy to get carried away. Myself, it's very easy for me to get carried away looking at scooters. But if I want to go fast, honestly, if I want to go fast, I'll go buy a race bike or something like that. So anyway, it's been a really good day. I feel really productive. I'm trying to work on being patient around some things. Sometimes things don't always go to plan. I had this big list of things to do, and there's some things that I wish I would have been able to do, and then technology gets in the way and you're trying to do something, and it's honestly, I can't believe technology sometimes. But just remembering that I've got tomorrow as well, as long as I don't die. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do that. I should do that. I will share a video with you tomorrow at the beginning of the day and let you know what the plan is for the day. Until then.